What is meant by osmosis? Osmosis. What is meant by osmosis? Take a pure solvent. Take a pure solvent in a vessel. So this is pure solvent. Pure solvent. Take a funnel and to that funnel tie a cellophane tape. Tie a cellophane tape. So this is the cellophane tape. This is called semi-permeable membrane. Why it is called semi-permeable? Permeable, permits. Membrane. So it allows the flow of solvent molecules, but does not allow the flow of the solute molecules. Okay. So and take in this funnel the solution. So this is pure solvent. Pure solvent. Okay, this is the solution. And you will observe after some time, you will observe that the level of solution in the funnel increases. Okay. At first it will be at here, at the level of the solvent only, and after some time you will observe the increase in the level of the funnel. Okay. So why this increases? This increases due to the flow of solvent molecules into the solution through semi-permeable membrane. Through semi-permeable membrane. Or you can take it here, dilute solution, and here you may take a concentrated solution. Then also solvent molecules flow from the dilute solution to the concentrated solution through semi-permeable membrane. This process of entering solvent molecules from pure solvent to solution is called osmosis. That process is called osmosis. So what is osmosis? The process of flow of solvent. The process of flow of solvent molecules or solvent, flow of solvent into the solution through a semi-permeable membrane. Through a semi-permeable membrane. Through a semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. Is called osmosis. Okay. So that is the definition of osmosis. Then what is osmotic pressure? What is a osmotic pressure? How to define osmotic pressure? Right? If we apply some pressure on the solution, so that it prevents the flow of solvent through semi-permeable membrane into the solution, that pressure required is called osmotic pressure. Or here we say pi is the osmotic pressure. Pi is equal to HdG. HdG. H, height of the solution. D, density of the solution. And G, it is acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So the pressure that is needed on the solution, to prevent osmosis. To prevent osmosis. That means to prevent the flow of solvent molecules into the solution through semi-permeable membrane. To prevent that process, we have to use some pressure on the solution. That pressure needed on the solution to prevent osmosis is called osmotic pressure. It is called osmotic pressure, and it is denoted by the letter pi. It is denoted by the letter pi. Okay. So what are the examples of semi-permeable membranes? Semi-permeable membrane. Pig bladder, cellophane paper. In the same way, copper ferrocyanide, etc. are the examples for semi-permeable membrane. Right? Next, percament paper is also one of the examples of a semi-permeable membrane. Percament paper. Right? This is osmotic pressure. Next, osmotic pressure depends on the concentration. Right? Osmotic pressure. Van 't Hoff's theory of dilute solutions. Van 't Hoff's theory of dilute solutions. According to this theory, osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the concentration of the solution, and directly proportional to absolute temperature. To absolute temperature or temperature in Kelvin. This is Van 't Hoff's theory. That means pi is proportional to concentration C and pi is proportional to absolute temperature. By joining these two, pi is proportional to C into T. To equalize, we must take a proportionality constant S. So pi is equal to CST, where S is equal to proportionality constant. Whose values are equal to gas constant R. Whose values are equal to gas constant R. So this can be written as pi is equal to C or T, because the values of S are equal to R. Okay. Concentration. How to get concentration? Molar concentration, where C is equal to molar concentration. Molar concentration. How we will get molar concentration? N, number of moles by volume of the solution in liters, into R into T. Okay. That means we can apply Boyle's law and Charles' law for these solutions. According to Boyle's law, the pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Osmotic pressure is inversely proportional to volume, and pressure is directly proportional to absolute temperature. This is Charles law. This is Charles law. As we are applying Charles law and Boyle's law for this osmotic pressure, this S value will be equal to the values of gas constant R. Okay. So if number of moles are given, we can calculate pi using this equation. If weight is given, if weight is if weight is given, then pi is equal to W by M by V into RT. W by M, number of moles, or pi is equal to weight of solute by molecular weight of solute into RT by V. RT by V. If number of moles is equal to 1, if N is equal to 1, then pi is equal to RT by V, or pi V is equal to RT, like PV is equal to RT for 1 mole. Okay, so this is about osmotic pressure. This is about osmotic pressure. Okay, so using this colligative property also, we can calculate a molecular weight of the solute. So molecular weight of the solute is equal to weight of solute into universal gas constant into absolute temperature by osmotic pressure into volume of the solution. Okay, in this way we can calculate the molecular weight of the solute, right? So all these colligative properties are useful for calculating the molecular weight of the solute, right? Next, for some solutions, osmotic pressure will be same. Such solutions are called isotonic solutions. Isotonic solutions. So what are isotonic solutions? The solutions of same osmotic pressure. The solutions of same osmotic pressure are called isotonic solutions. Isotonic solutions. Okay, isotonic solutions. The solutions of same osmotic pressure are called isotonic solutions. Example, for example, saline. Okay, if a person meets an accident, the most of blood will be, okay, most of due to bleeding, the blood loss takes place. Okay, so when blood loss takes place, osmotic pressure decreases. To maintain osmotic pressure, osmotic pressure constant, we give saline to that person. This saline is nothing but 0.9% W by V NaCl solution. Okay, so this saline is isotonic with blood. Isotonic with blood. Okay, so this is an example for isotonic solution. Saline, that is 0.9% W by V NaCl solution, is isotonic with blood, right? Okay. If cells are present in the solution whose concentration is more than 0.9% W by V NaCl solution, or if the NaCl solution concentration is more than 0.9% W by V NaCl solution, then what happens? The solvent flows from cells into the saline solution. Flows from this is called plasmolysis. This is called a plasmolysis. Okay, so plasmolysis. If cells are present in NaCl solution of a low concentration high concentration present in NaCl solution of high concentration than 0.9% W by V. Okay, if the concentration of NaCl solution is more than 0.9% W by V, then the solvent flows from cells to the solution through osmolysis. Okay, to the process of osmolysis. Osmolysis means lower concentration to higher concentration. As the concentration 0.9% W by V is more than the vapor pressure of when osmotic pressure of the blood cells, then what happens? Water flows from cells to the concentrated solution. Then the cells will shrink. Okay, this is called plasmolysis. Okay, and that solution is called hypertonic solution. And that solution is called hypertonic solution. What is hypertonic solution? The NaCl solution whose concentration is more than 0.9% W by V is called a hypertonic solution. If cells are present in these hypertonic solutions, then what happens? Solvent flows from cells to the solution, and then the cells will shrink. Okay, this is called plasmolysis. That process is called plasmolysis, and that solution is called a hypertonic solution. Okay, next one example. If we take examples, raw mango placed in salt solution. Okay, so that is making pickle. Okay, when raw mango is placed in salt solution, then the water flows from mango to the solution, so that mango shrinks. Next, hypertonic solution. Hypotonic solution. Okay, hypotonic solutions. What is hypotonic solution? The solution whose concentration is less than 0.9% W by V of a salt solution is called hypotonic solution. Okay, if cells are present in hypotonic solution, then what happens? The water flows from solution to the cell. Solution to the cell. This is called hemolysis. This is called hemolysis. What is hemolysis? When cells are present in hypotonic solutions, solvent flows from solution to the cells. Okay, so when solvent flows from solution to the cell, what happens to the cells? Then cells will be bulged. That means their quantity or their size increases. Okay, so this is called hemolysis. This process is called hemolysis. This process is called hemolysis.